with Margaret.
Hello.
Hey, Margaret is a friend of mine, was actually my first vegan friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, a year ago?
No, 2 years actually by now.
No.
Yeah.
Time flies.
2 years. And when I first became vegan, I went online to look for different sources, and I found a group called Vegan Montreal. And I was scrolling through and I saw pictures of somebody who was a school teacher wearing an outfit. I guess it was a Halloween outfit you were wearing.
Oh yeah, it was, I had a cape, black cape, and on the cape it said super vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had like
and I had kale, actual kale leaves stuck all over me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought, I gotta meet this woman. She looks pretty cool. A teacher who's vegan. I gotta reach out to her.
Yeah.
And you came over to my house actually and cooked and helped me to make the transition. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
In the summer?
And
That
then
was
you
cool.
guys came over to my house
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Theo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made you that stir fry.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So I encourage you guys at home to do that. Just try to go online, find people in your neighborhood to be friends with if you're trying to make the vegan transition. And Margaret, who is a teacher like I am, I teach elementary school, and Margaret teaches...
I teach in high school. Yeah, I teach math in high school.
Math, right, yeah. So we're going to talk today about vegan coats, stuff and fur a little bit. And what do you have here to show?
My coat is vegan. It's from a company called Noise. I don't know if you can see it. They actually have them in almost all clothing stores that sell jackets at this point in Montreal.
Okay, so it's Noise, N-O-I-Z-E?
Yeah,
okay.
Noise with a Z. Yeah. And the company is certified vegan by PETA.
PETA is People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals.
That's right. They have all kinds of styles, and it's not a very expensive coat. There are vegan coats that are more expensive than this one. So I got this one a few years back, and at that time it was the only coat I knew that was vegan. And then a couple of years after that, Woolly Mammoth came out.
Okay.
With their version of vegan coat, which is made in Canada and
So
Toronto.
even though it's called Woolly Mammoth, it has no animal and no wool.
Exactly.
And is this warm enough?
This is really warm.
Actually
when I
feels
first
thick,
switched my jackets and I bought this, I thought it was too hot.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's no feathers in here and no leather.
No leather,
no
no
wool.
feathers, no wool, no fur trim. Although this one did have a fake fur trim, but I don't feel right wearing it. I don't even want people to think that maybe it's not faux fur, that maybe it's real. I don't want to project that idea.
You don't want to even promote the sort of...
I don't think fur, period, is cool. It's just a fashion statement. It does not keep you warm.
Yeah, it's just a decoration.
It's a decoration, and I don't need it. So I don't want people questioning whether this is real or not real, so I just took it off. It unzips, so there's no problem.
And you
take it off.
have these buttons on here? You wear this to school?
Yeah, I do wear it everywhere. So to school as well. So I have two buttons. One is just a no fur button, and the other one says make fur history. So I got this one at the SPCA, and this one I got at one of the rallies I went to that's against fur. And yes, I wear it at school. I mean, this is what I stand for, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I feel completely okay wearing it to school.
Right.
Yeah.
And you eat vegan food at school?
Yes, I do. Of course, I eat vegan food at school. Yeah.
And do your colleagues look at you and like, oh, that doesn't look very good? Or
sometimes they make fun of me, and sometimes they wish they had what I have. And a lot of them are changing their eating habits. I've noticed. I mean, I've been vegan for 6 years now.
Do you try to make your lunches look good? Because I certainly don't. I just have something very simple and.
I love cooking, so I always make elaborate dinners and elaborate lunches and all of that stuff.
So you kind of open up your spread and it looks very colorful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I should probably do more of that, I guess. I just usually have a little pile of nuts and something that was frozen, like whatever, some sort of stew. It doesn't look very appetizing. It's delicious for me, but.
Yeah, no, I really I enjoy cooking, so because of that, I do bring leftovers from dinner, from lunch the day before, and
do you think that there's, Margaret, have you noticed any increase in fur recently, or in the last, say, I don't know?
Well, in the last, I would say 10 years, there's been a great increase. There was a period of time where fur was looked down upon, and I think people understood that.
Right.
And then I started noticing all the fur trims, which I think started for me. I started noticing that with Canada Goose at first, and then other companies kind of...
I thought at first that it was all fake, so I just thought, oh, it's just the style, the trend. And...
Yeah, I think when I wasn't vegan, like years and years ago, it didn't even cross my mind that that was an actual dead animal that was being, you know, attached to a material, and then people wore it as a decoration. But like with time, as people started talking to me about it and I started transitioning, that's the only time it actually hit me. And I think that a lot of people are completely disconnected from where that piece of fur comes from. I don't think they think about it twice unless someone actually talks to them and tells them. Because I think if more people knew about it, like how could you do it? I don't understand. I don't think
okay, so you think it's important to just raise awareness, kind of in a modest way, by having the button on your jacket and just kind of a message?
Yeah, I mean, I have daily conversations like wearing these buttons when I'm on the street and I walk a lot and I'm in the stores and I shop and when I go to the cashier.
Okay.
Someone always says something to me, whether it's in the aisle or the cashier or standing in a line waiting to order. Someone always says, oh, what does that say on your jacket? And I say, it says no fur, because I think it's unnecessary, and you know, and then we strike a conversation, and most people agree with me. I mean, all people agree with me. I don't think I had one conversation where people did not agree with me.
And do you think that they understand that the fur is removed from the coyote and the animal? Because people have actually told me that they think it's just trimmed off and glued on. They don't realize, they actually believe it's sort of like a wool from a sheep. But even wool from a sheep is a whole other thing people don't realize.
Yeah, they don't realize, but I think we're so disconnected, and the companies are so good at not showing us where it comes from, like hiding the reality, that we don't think about it. So unless someone actually talks to you about it and shows you a video of what's happening,
and even when you show the videos, a lot of times people say, well, that doesn't really happen. That's just a one-time thing.
Yeah, exactly. I've had people say, oh, I don't think, like, I've seen this video, but I don't think this is really happening all the time. It was horrible, but that's not really what it is. I'm like, of course that's how it is, you know. And
to your knowledge, how do you think that they get the coyotes for something like Canada Goose? Have you done any research on that?
Well, yeah, to my knowledge, they trap them, right? They trap the coyotes.
How?
And in a foot trap that usually, well, often it snaps the bones, right? It hurts the foot, and then they have to sit there either waiting for someone to come by to shoot them, or they die of starvation, or they start chewing their paws off because they want to get to their babies. Like, it's just horrible. And for what? It's for vanity. At the end of it, it's just vanity, and it's really sad that we're such a vain race of humanity.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually I only learned the term speciesism just a couple of years ago. I didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah. Well, I learned it several years ago when, like, I went to see Melanie Joy here in Montreal at a conference.
Oh, you saw her in real life?
In real life.
Melanie Joy is a psychologist, PhD, doctor of psychology, isn't she?
An animal. She studies animal psychology.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of psychology. No, I think she just studies psychology in general. Anyway, we'll look it up. But she has a TED Talk. And what's it called? Do you remember? Why you eat your...
The real truth behind why we eat meat, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I actually met her in Virginia at the Animal Rights Conference.
Oh, at the Animal Rights Conference. That was last year.
Yeah. Are you going to the one in California this year?
No. Too far, too expensive.
Right. Yeah. You have another trip planned.
Yeah,
you're going as a family somewhere else. Poland.
Yeah, my kids have never been, and like both me and my husband are Polish, so we've promised them that eventually we'll take them.
You're gonna eat the sausages over there?
The vegan ones, yes.
Do they have vegan sausages in Poland?
Apparently in Warsaw there is a huge vegan scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I actually signed up for one of the Facebook groups,
Yeah.
like the vegan Warsaw.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's what it's called. And I asked people to suggest different
restaurants and stuff. Okay,
so I
cool.
started doing my research
All
already.
right. Well, I hope you make a video when you're over there and let us know the vegan scene in Poland. That would be cool.
For sure I will.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Margaret. Thanks for talking about that.
problem.
It's an important subject.
Thank you.
So, bye.
Bye.